how I made my first 2,000 with digital marketing. So this video is really a continuation of the first video. In the first video, I speak on how I made my first 1,000 with digital marketing. That's through promoting music videos for artists and also doing graphic work. So whether that's making flyers, song covers, album covers, you know, stuff like that. Different type of song covers. They have the regular song covers, and they have cartoon covers. They have different variations of song covers, right? This method is pretty much just amplifying the first method, which is you're working with a set amount of artists. So in the first video, I spoke about working with 2 artists. Pretty much what you're doing is offering more services to these said artists. So let's just say I was working with 2 artists. These 2 artists, they're occasionally getting song covers from me, paying me for flyers, you know, stuff like that. I'm doing your marketing, I'm promoting your music videos, and they're putting out music videos at scale. So not just 1, 2 videos, they're back to back, and they're paying for big features with big artists. Now that you have 2 services, you have graphic design, and you're good at being a Google Ads manager. So you're good at setting up campaigns and managing these campaigns for extended periods of time. If you're a producer, as you can see the FL Studio screen in the background, try to shop beats to these set artists. So you might just be working with 2 artists at first, and you start working with 3. So that's another person. If you were already working with 2, then over the period of some weeks or a month, you add a 3rd artist to your list of people who's gonna shop with you and for digital marketing services. That's a plus. Look, if you can get these artists to shop a few leases from you, so that's like $50 per lease, $40 per lease, and if you're lucky, you can score you an exclusive, so you can sell a beat for $200. And if an artist that you're working with and you want to show love, you can probably even sell them the beat for $150. You know, so the real method is to combine your different digital marketing services. So you got to keep promoting, just keep spending money. And I know I'm telling you how to make money, but I'm also telling you to spend money. But that's how life works. You got to spend money to make money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not lying to you. This is real life. This is my reality. When you make these song covers for the artists, flyers, post it on your page, and let it be known that you did it. Tag the artist. If it's a feature, tag the featured artist. You gotta understand, people are paying attention. So you do song cover number 1, you post it, tag the artist, tag featured artist. You do a flyer, tag the artist and tag whoever else is on the flyer. If they have an Instagram, most likely they will. Okay, now you're at $1,000 within the first month, like we explained in the first video. So this is how you're gonna keep compounding the money to make $2,000 a month. I made it. I know it sounds crazy because you're like, how am I gonna make $2,000 a month if I have to keep spending money? But that's what the job is for. You're using your job money to run ads, bro. You don't have to have a bunch of money to run ads. Now, it'll benefit you maybe a little more if you have more money to put into the ads with a strategy. But you don't need $1 million, 10,000. You don't need a crazy amount of money to run ads, bro. $5 a day, $6 a day. If you can do it, $10 a day. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing that day for day. Now you might have a credit card that you put that on. They might, okay, I might pay off this at the end of the month. I might pay this off with the next paycheck that I'm gonna get. So the key for this to happen is you gotta know how to save your money. If you can't save your money, just click off this video. If you can't save your money, this won't work. You probably think I'm lying to you. But you gotta have another source of income. So you gotta have a job, and you gotta cut out all the extracurricular activities, bro. So if you can't afford to go to that party, buy your new outfit to go, don't go. If you can't afford to take that trip to go over there to skip state, to go to Atlanta, to go to New York, to go to Tennessee, don't go. Save the money, lock in. If you don't lock in, if you don't save your money, you'll never be able to make $2,000 a month. Or even the bare minimum, $1,000 in a month with digital marketing. You gotta be a grand hustler. See, the only way this can work, and I'm speaking from the point of view of somebody who don't have a crazy following, don't have a crazy amount of subscribers. If you are a grand hustler, I'm telling you, you don't need a super crazy platform if you know how to hustle. Not to mention if you have an Instagram page, and let's just say you have 10,000 followers. $8,000. You can do cheap story posts. You can do 24-hour story posts and only charge people like 15 bucks because you have less than 10,000 followers. You can do that on the side too, story post promotion. And that's how you're gonna make 2,000 in a month. That's how I make 2,000 in a month with digital marketing. For real. Lock in, save your money, use your job money to pay your bills and also run ads and for promotion. And when you get that money from these different people, artists, labels, whoever you're working with, you save that money. I'm not saying you're gonna do this every month, but you can have a good month. Just like how we have good days, we have bad days, you can have a good month. You can have a good 2 months, for real. You gotta think this shit, believe it, and live to achieve it, for real. You gotta put the work in. That's the only way it's gonna happen. And that's how I made 2,000 in a month with digital marketing. Stay tuned, stay subscribed. I got more content on the way. Like, comment, turn on post notifications. Stay tuned. When you see a pet video, click on it. I'm out.